Sal Internato here for recordonline.com. This is KnightCap, our review of Army's 21-14 win over Northwestern. Probably one of the biggest wins here at Michie Stadium for Army in a long time. They've had wins over Tulane, which was thrilling on a Hail Mary late. They beat Louisville in overtime in 1999, knocked off Vanderbilt in 2009 in overtime, but this was a Northwestern team who was a winning BCS team. They're picked to be one of the best teams in the Big Ten. Yes, they were without their starting quarterback Dan Persia, but this was a tough Northwestern team, and Army had another game where they gutted it out. Last week, San Diego State, they played hard but didn't get the result. They lost by 3. This week, they played 60 minutes offensively and defensively. They protected the ball. 8 fumbles last week against San Diego State. Only 2 here against Northwestern. 1 was lost, and the Army defense, once Trent Steelman fumbled the ball at the 30, protected the lead. They pushed Northwestern back and forced them to punt, so there was no really harm there. Steelman, another great game, 3 touchdowns, another 100-yard rushing game, and some really key runs in the 4th quarter by Malcolm Brown, Ray Maples. Malcolm Brown, 2 runs in the 4th quarter that went for 40 and 23 yards, both on sweeps. If you watch those plays, Ray Maples is throwing a pretty good lead block for Malcolm Brown to pick up that yardage. Got to give a lot of credit to the defense. This was a young defense. It's still a young defense, but to give up only 14 points to Northwestern is a great accomplishment. And to make that final stand late in the game, where Northwestern had a backup quarterback in to replace Kane Coulter. I mean, Army's defense really stepped up at the end there. Nate Combs with a couple really key plays there, and Army survived. This is probably the biggest win that they've had here in a while. It brings them to 1-2. If they would have fell in this game, going to 0-3, it would take a lot to come back to get to those 6 wins for bowl eligibility. Nate Combs told me now this is not that much of it's a win, but it's just on their road to 6. They still got to get 6 to get to a bowl game, and they'll play Ball State next week at Ball State, a winnable game. Here's what Army quarterback Trent Steelman and linebacker Steve Erzinger had to say about the victory.
Before, I was almost in tears after that last touchdown, just because the amount of hard work and the amount of guts it took to put that drive together.
Now that's coming out and getting excited. As a defense, you get it. That's something you need to live for. Especially with our group of guys and how we're supposed to play football. Whether there's a turnover or a great play or a terrible play, it doesn't matter. It's all about us and how we control ourselves.
For more on Army's victory, check out recordonline.com and my Black Knight blog. For recordonline.com, I'm Sal Internato.